Here.
Mr. Gilliam?
Here.
Mr. Peary?
Here.
Mr. Womack?
Here.
Mr. Weiss?
Here.
Mr. Pringaman is here. We do have a quorum. Thank you. I'd like to ask everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Has everybody on the board had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting? Are there any changes?
Mr. Chairman, I do have, I've spotted the typo.
Yes, there is a
Don't want to
typo.
disappoint you
No,
without
there is a
spotting
typo.
In the August 15th minutes, on page 2 of the minutes, page 5 of the packet, the 4 paragraphs up from the bottom, the paragraph starts Commissioner Fuller. The last line says the car is, it should be car wash.
Car wash, yes. I saw that too. Is there any other changes? Like to have a motion to approve the minutes then with the one change?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
We'll take roll again. If you're in favor, say aye. Mr. Page?
Aye.
Mr. Gilliam?
Aye.
Mrs. Sandlin?
Aye.
Mr. Peary? Mr. Womack?
Aye.
Mr. Weiss?
Aye.
It's passed. Minutes have been approved. The original agenda showed we had 2 public hearings on the agenda for this evening's meeting. One of the public hearings has been canceled. Mr. Love, if you want to just,
Yes, item number 6 is the Milestone Tower Limited Partnership doing business as Millstone and Milestone Towers. This is a tower on Five Forks Road near Pin Oak. The applicant has asked to defer this to a future meeting. They're going to re-engineer this site and push the tower farther away from Five Forks Road and to more obscure it and put it near some existing tree cover. So they will bring that back to us, probably be after the first of the year, but we'll re-advertise a public hearing and send adjoining property owner notifications and start over basically as far as advertising goes. So it's at their request that this be deferred to a future meeting for them to get back with us.
and no meeting date has been set yet.
No,
Okay.
they've got to get back,
They have to come
that's
back?
based on engineering,
Right.
getting back with
Okay.
them. I don't know their holiday schedule, but they're thinking to be after the first of the year before they get a set of blueprints back to us.
Okay. Do I need to read this?
Yes.
Okay. Just to go over a little bit about the public hearings and the meetings in general, Prince Edward County Planning Commission strongly encourages citizens to participate in public meetings through in-person participation, written comments, and/or remote participation by calling 1-844-890-7777, the access code of which is 390313. Additionally, citizens may view the Planning Commission meeting live in its entirety at the county's YouTube channel, the link to which is provided on the website. Public hearing comments for Planning Commission meetings are subject to the Citizen Guide for providing input during public participation and public hearings for Prince Edward County government meetings, which was revised October 12th of 2022. In this case, because we have the one public hearing, I'll explain how it works. We always put sign-up sheets outside the courtroom here. People that wish to speak would sign up for or against, and then they'll be given time to speak. Depending upon the size of the audience, we typically restrict it to either 5 minutes or 3 minutes, based upon the possible number of speakers there. So when we open the public meeting, we allow all those speakers to speak. After the requester will speak and give an overview, Mr. Love will give initial overview, and then once that's done and all the discussion has been handled, we would close the public hearing. Then the board would discuss different questions we may have, either for the applicant or the board within itself. And then finally, we would take a vote on whether or not we approve, put it on hold for a future meeting, or turn it down. And then from that aspect, it would go on to the County Board of Supervisors. In this case, we have one public hearing now, Paladin Medical Transport. If you give us a little overview.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, the county received an application request from Paladin Medical Transport to rezone tax map number 039-A-17C. This is located at the end of Bush River Drive, which is State Route 630, which comes off of Route 460. This parcel is currently zoned A2 agricultural. The proposal is to zone it C1 general commercial, and this would allow for offices that would provide case management and day support services. This public hearing was advertised properly in the Farmville Herald in the November 8 and November 15th edition. List of adjoining property owners is, as well as the town of Farmville is in your packet, and the sample letters that were sent to those individuals in the town. Because this is within a half mile of the town corporate boundary, we're bound to send them a letter advising them of this public hearing. I've received no comments from anyone for or against this application since it's been advertised. Again, this parcel is surrounded by the existing crossroads facilities, which are C1 commercial. So this is contiguous to C1 commercial. It doesn't constitute spot zoning. You have a site plan of what the reuse of these buildings as offices as far as parking. So this site meets our parking requirements for the intended new use. And based on all the information we've been given, county staff feels this is generally compatible with the surrounding zoning district. And this, again, this rezoning would have minimal impacts on the adjacent properties because they are commercial in nature now. I'd be glad to answer any questions you may have of me about this project.
Just in reviewing the packet, it seems, like you said, the parking and everything looks very, very detailed on what they're going to do there. So from that standpoint, it doesn't look like an issue there. But does anybody on the board have any questions for Mr. Love? Okay. And nobody's here to speak on behalf, whoops, I'm sorry.
Robbie, just to confirm, in your report, the attachments that you referred to, communication tower and the conditions, that's really for the other public hearing that.
Special
Yes,
use
yes,
permit, yeah.
yes,
For,
yes.
that got canceled?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And with this one, the initial plan, they're going to do renovations inside of these buildings. One building to make offices. The other one already is an office space. So there's really no major exterior renovations. There would be potentially a sign in the future at the beginning of the property identifying what this property is. But there's no major work to be done. The buildings were built, the road construction, the parking lots paved. It's a very, very nicely done site.
Mainly it's interior renovations and
Interior.
remodeling.
Mhm, yep.
Any other questions for Mr. Love?
Are they still operating their ambulance?
No, that was closed down, and this property is currently under option.
Okay.
And I believe we have a representative on that matter tonight that may address that to you. We'll let you open the public hearing on that when you get
So
ready.
the previous use, the ambulance use was compliant with A2.
That's
Is that
correct.
right?
Correct.
But
That's
the
correct.
proposed use needs.
Because it is case management and some day support services, that in our zoning ordinance is allowed in C1, and it's not even allowed by special use on an A2. So for the intended user of this property, they need a C1 to do the existing operations and future-proof it for what they want to do with their business.
With that, would you like to come up and speak regarding this project, ma'am? Introduce yourself and come on up.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Melba Moore, the Executive Director with Crossroads Community Services Board. The opportunity for us to secure these two properties would be to bring our existing case management day support services that are located in Crew or Rice, to bring it over to be a part of the full campus, to provide the services for the clients that we serve.
Anybody on the board have any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
With that in mind, I'll open the public hearing. Is there anybody on the phone? Okay. Anybody in the audience wish to speak for or against this special use permit?
Rezoning.
Rezoning, I'm sorry, rezoning? Okay. With that in mind, we will close the public hearing, and amongst the board, we'll discuss the project. And again, from Crossroads standpoint, just bringing everything together makes sense, at least from my standpoint.
Seems pretty clear cut.
Yeah.
Surrounded by Z1 already.
Any other comments? If not, what I'd propose or request is a motion using,
Mr. Chairman, I'll move to approve the rezoning request as submitted.
okay. Okay. Again, we'll take roll. Mr. Weiss?
Yes.
Mr. Womack?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mrs. Sandlin?
Yes.
Mr. Gilliam?
Yes.
Mr. Page?
Yes.
The motion is passed. We will move this on to the County Board of Supervisors. Thank you, everyone.
This will be heard at the December 12th.
Yes, oh,
board
December
meeting.
12th board meeting. Okay, great, okay.
Okay.
Okay, next on the agenda, because we don't have the second public hearing, Mr. Love, you want to give us a brief overview?
Yeah, we haven't had anything that come before the board in the last month, so I don't have anything on supervisor actions.
Okay.
But I can move on to kind of a little bit of mix of old and new business.
Okay,
Technically, it's under old business because it is the comprehensive plan. So I just wanted to give you an update. We had two specific interest groups, group meetings that were held at Hampton Sydney. And then we had a public meeting that was well-attended, very good interactive meeting, I thought, with the group. I think we had about 28 people there. We have another one coming up on December 13th.
13th.
Yeah, I got 12th in mind. December 13th at the Moat Museum. So we have two more groups, and then we're going to have two more focus groups. Two focus groups we had were land use and community facilities. The next two are geared towards economic development and and some other services. Some kind of finance and stuff, administration stuff. So we're inviting folks to those, and they have one representative to come. But we're trying to get engage like the chamber, like the steps, like faces and stuff like that, Crossroads in the department. But with that, and what came out of that, we need to have in 2024, kind of looking ahead, bi-monthly work sessions, and these would be paid work sessions for you all. It would be a common work sessions. Some would be on your own, some would be jointly with the Board of Supervisors. But we're looking at beginning in the month of February, then in April, June, August, and October. And our consultants, we discussed, they're holding we're kind of looking at getting a general consensus on get at least so we can have a quorum. What days of the week are best? Their days of the week, they were looking at a Wednesday or a Thursday. What suits this group the best? And we're looking at, do you want it on like a standard fourth Tuesday of the month, or do you want to have it the same week as a planning commission, which is third Wednesday or Thursday? So I guess the first thing is, what day of the week is the best for you all? What would y'all prefer?
I'd say Wednesday after the planning commission meeting on Tuesday.
have it the following day.
Yes.
I won't be able to attend because the Town Planning Commission is the third Wednesday typically of the month, so it's typically the night after this.
Okay.
But like this month is a good example of the third Wednesday actually happened last week because of
The way the week
month
fell?
started.
The way the month
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
And they are
If that makes
bi-monthly.
sense.
Bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly,
Yeah,
yes.
it'd be February, April, June, August, and October specifically.
Any other thoughts on what day of the week?
Fire department meeting is, what, in the second Tuesday of the month?
Second Tuesday of the month.
Tuesday or Thursday? Thursday.
Thursday, second Thursday of the month.
we'll stay away from
Fire
Saturday.
Association meeting is the fourth Wednesday of the month.
That's right.
So what about Thursday after planning commission?
The same week, but just have it that Thursday. Might be easier to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can remind us 2 days.
Oh, yeah, we'll post we're gonna actually post a calendar of the bi-monthly
Yeah.
meetings, because they're all public meetings people can sit
Okay.
in. That would be part of your 2024 organizational meeting. We'll prepare those. So am I hearing Thursday, and that would be
The third Thursday. of the-
third Thursday?
Rob, you might look at the schedule they've already put out for the board meetings for the budget.
Yes, we'll have to work around that. Okay. Well, I'll look at this, we'll circle back in December and confirm this and everything, but I'll send this to them, and I'll check to see what conflicts we might have with the board. May have to shift around on a week or so. Hopefully we won't, because I know probably April and June. February might be a little early, because I think the 19th is when we start the budget process. But I think,
So it does need to be bi-monthly, or can it be quarterly?
no, it's got to be bi-monthly in 2024. 2024 is going to be pretty involved as far as we've, as part of that is actually new business. We've ordered y'all's iPads today, so y'all all have 11-inch iPads, so we can disseminate information, because it's going to be a lot of drafts of sections. The comp plan will be prepared in sections, and I'm guessing we'll go over a section or two in each bi-monthly as it's prepared, so that you can have feedback on that. And of course, we still have planning commission meetings, but these are paid meetings for you all. Just want to make sure the community meetings we're just having, like on the 13th, that's for the public, but we're welcome to attend those meetings, any of y'all, even as a group, if it's more than 3, because we've given notice to FOIA on that and let them know that board members and planning commission members may attend. We actually had 4 planning commissioners and 1 board member at the Crawley Forum for the last one. So I'll get back with the consultants, we'll firm this up, and I'll bring it back to you in December. But we'll look to third Thursday, as long as that doesn't have a conflict with anything else with the board, but I don't think so. I think we'll double check. We have to move a meeting. I'll already know what that is, because that schedule's set. Thank you for reminding me of that. All right. I've got one more new business
Okay.
item to address y'all on.
Please go right ahead.
We've got we definitely will meet next month in December. We have I've actually got 2 applications live. I've got one for, that's coming, but not here yet. So probably just going to have 1 application. We've got an application for a solar site, which is New Leaf Energy on Old Ridge Road. And they have already had their community meeting. That was highly attended. I think we had probably 40, 50 people there. I didn't count heads. But that is on Daniel Puckett's property. If you're going down Old Ridge, right when you first get on it, you'll see all those new Rock River homes. It's behind them on the left side, coming from 460, on the left side, back behind them in the bottom. So that is generating a lot of public interest. So I think that's going to be a largely attended meeting. So unless I get another small application, we'll probably just take that up for that night. That way you have time to let everybody speak and get their points across. But that is live, and I'll be running ads for that in the following week, and sending the adjoining property owners. I've got 31 adjoining property owners on my list. So we have a lot of letters going out. I'll be working on those next week to get those ready to mail. So you probably may have gotten some correspondence already or calls. I know some board members have. So that is coming. That's your December main agenda item.
Very good. Wow. Mr. Love, could you give us a brief update? I'm sure everybody's driven by the Dollar General to see the activity there by the roundabout.
The lights were on
Yep.
last night.
Yes, they were. They just put the fire there. It was nice to see.
Yeah, I can actually
That's progressing,
give you an update on all the properties.
as we
actually.
say. It'd just be good to have that.
Yeah, so Dollar General is almost completed. There's some architectural elements that still have to be added to that building. The rain's messed them up. They've been doing some painting. There's shutters and it's a fake lintel and
Right.
mantle that goes, and framing that goes around the windows and the doors. There's also a ridge cap that's gonna be a white sandstone color that's gonna go across the top, and there's gonna be columns and gutters. There was a mix-up on the gutters. They got gray gutters. They're supposed to be white gutters. So I addressed that today. I actually had a call from the Redson rep. They got a temporary CO yesterday from the building inspection department. That will allow them to stage, do the shelving and stock the building. So that's happening. Their goal, and again, weather permitting and everything, is to open in about 2 weeks. So they're gonna have that building stocked on December 3rd and hope to open up like the following Saturday. There are some items that are appearance items for the building that are on order that are kind of behind that. So we're gonna have a checklist.
Right.
And they're gonna give me a list, and I'm gonna inspect it on what's deficient on the special use, based on the rendering. And so if they don't have something delivered by that date, we're still gonna let them open the doors to the public. But the special use permit locks them into finishing those items. But they are having some delivery, because there are some specific stuff that they ordered to comply with their design. So
Well-
there's also gonna be like a flat trim piece to go below that metal edging along the roof. It's like a hardy board plank. It's got coping. So that hadn't come in yet. It's long lengths of that.
But that's not an issue for occupancy or.
No, that's
running
an
business.
outside
Yeah.
appearance issue. But I think they're also waiting on the health department to certify their well, maybe. There's something that comes from the health department actually for the certificate of occupancy.
Right.
So that's in the works too. But barring that, we should see that building open before Christmas to the public, probably second week in December.
I know they have Christmas merchandise scheduled to be put in there. That's a big thing for them.
Yep. Let's see.
Anything on the,
Oh, no, okay, so on the, today is the 21st. Today was the date that Blackwood was supposed to close on the property for Wawa and the car wash. I didn't have a phone call, so I'm going to assume that went through. We did all their, sent all their paperwork and we had to generate some approval letters, some documentation for the financing side of that, for the development company. So that's moving forward. They posted a bond with us for the performance bond for ENS and storm. So that project is ready for a building permit. That's the last step.
Right.
But they've indicated they may start turning dirt in December.
Good.
So, and that's the same story on the Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight's posted a bond. They're getting their final building permit package together, which includes architectural and everything the building official has to look at for safety on that building and everything he has to do. So we should see the grading being done with the car wash and Wawa, because that's all one site now. 2 parcels, but one site. And then you're going to see Harbor Freight. Materials are actually being delivered to the meat processing plant that Sekou Dusabar is building down on Dominion Drive. So that project is going to be under construction.
they already have their building permit.
Yep, they
correct?
do. Yep.
Okay.
So all those properties are going to be under construction. We may even move a signboard out there to kind of alert folks of construction traffic. The little things like you see when you come into town, because that's a lot of activity on multiple parcels, and at one time you might see some dump trucks coming in and out.
Robbie, a question on Wawa. After the grading you mentioned, will the car wash and the Wawa facility both be built at the same time?
Yes, yes. That's anticipation. They're going to do the paving, I don't know where the break line is, but they'll be working on both sites at the same time. But they should have closed on both properties today.
My understanding is the Wawa owner owns the car wash, but it's leasing that.
I think that's the case.
Yeah, I think that's the way it is. They own
yeah.
it and they're leasing it to an independent operator.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
flag stop.
Yeah.
They also, on the backside of that, they already prepared it, I've already looked at the prelim. The property line, as it goes to a distinct angle now,
Right.
they've realigned that, and that property is gonna split the two buildings. It has proper it has proper setbacks
Setbacks.
and all that. So that's going to be a straight line going straight back. So there'll be two square properties. But they are maintaining those as separate parcels. The
Right.
car wash will be on its
Right.
own parcel, and the Wawa will be on something. I'm sure there's financial reasons, legal reasons for that as well. But they're going to retain that as two parcels. They're doing that as a boundary adjustment that'll get recorded. So that's all I got on that.
Very good, thank you. Any other questions for Rob regarding old business or new business?
What was the projected time for them to open?
I don't know that. I don't know how long it takes. I know Dollar General's about 120, 150 days, but I don't know how long it takes. With those two sites being developed together, I don't know how, I know that it'll make their job easier as far as grading, but I'm not sure how that works as far as time frame. I know they want it up as quick as possible.
I know they have their own crews that do certain things, but I wish, just like Dollar General, I wish we could get more of people in this area involved in this so we could get some more revenue out of it and everything. I don't think it was real close local, only one person helped with Dollar General out there.
I know who, I think, didn't Collins do some grading on the property?
I don't know if Collins did it or not. I didn't see any of his trucks
Okay.
there.
I can't remember who.
I know Johnny Holman.
Oh, that's it.
Holman Masonry did the brickwork, yes.
Yeah, they had some local folks, not, but I don't know how many they did have.
I know Holman reached out to their organization and explained his location and how much more efficient he could be with there rather than travel, so made it easy for that end.
Yeah. On Seiku's, on the meat processing, that's being built by W.A. Stratton. That's who's building that building. But they're generally local, but
Yeah.
Any other comments from the board or questions? With that, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
We have a second? Okay.
Second.
And I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody here. And thank you for coming. And
But don't overeat.
be safe if you're traveling, be safe if you're not traveling. Go
Oh,
home.
one other thing, this is a general information. I'm going to start working on the end of the year report. We're not, we're going to be over 200 zoning permits for the year. I'm going to be well in the 200s by the end of the month.
You set a new base now.
It's a new base, it's a new base. It was high 70s and high 80s in 18 and 19 respectively. My first year was about 140 some. Last, 2021 was like 156. Last year was 199. So we're going, I've already got enough through calls and people who's supposed to come in on Monday. I should be at 203 or 4 on Monday, and I still got all of December.
And you're gonna carry enough over so that you don't have too much of an increase and you can still beat this year, next year.
Put them in January.